Alright, so today I'm going to show you how I bypassed the ASmedia issue with the Commander Pro and hooked it up to my motherboard with only a single USB header. And I didn't use any sort of adapters or external USB to internal USB or anything like that. I just worked with what I had and it worked. So here's what I did. And it might look kind of funny at first. But if you can tell up there, there is two USB headers. One right on top of the other one. So what I did is, if you have a Commander Pro, you've seen this part. And I will tell you that these pins right here, these top 4 pins, because the Commander Pro doesn't have a wire connector to this one, but these top 4 pins are not required. And everyone knows that these are just USB wires. So what I did is I put a hole there, and then I took this, and those 4 wires, and I'll switch over to my motherboard here, I connected to these top 4 right here. There's a 5th wire here, or a 5th pin here, but it's not going to go anywhere. So I connected these 4 right here, these bottom 4, to these top 5. So obviously these 5 up here are not going to be connected to anything, but that's fine. The Commander Pro doesn't require it. Then I took my normal cord with only 4 plugs, or with 4 cords on it, that's just going to the Corsair all-in-one, and I connected it to these bottom 4. Now these, I didn't have to edit that one at all because it already has the 5th pin open because it's meant to go into these 5 pins. But I just shifted it down a little bit and I connected it like that. And not only does the Commander Pro show up, but the cooler shows up as well. The Commander Pro gets most of its power from the SATA, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. It doesn't require 2 USB ports worth of power. So I'm not sure exactly what the other cords are there for. Maybe it's just so these USB ports will work on the Commander Pro, but as far as I could tell, everything is reading perfectly on the Commander Pro. My voltages are fine, my RPMs are fine, I can do my lighting setup. My lighting setup works perfectly. If I change from instant lighting white to something like instant white lighting red, everything changes, including the CPU cooler and the fans, and if I turn them off, they immediately go back to the rainbow that there's a default. But as you can see, I go back to white, and then everything changes back. The RAM changes back a little bit after, but that's common. But yeah, if you are having that issue and you have a motherboard with 1 header and you need to hook up 2 devices, I think this is the way to do it. You don't have to worry about any wires coming from the outside of the computer into the computer. It actually doesn't look terrible because you can't see under it. You can't see underneath those cords. You can't even tell there's only 1 header under it. It looks like there's just 2 headers, one on top of each other. But I think this is, I was so bothered by this for so long. I had a cord running from the outside of the system into the system in order to control the lighting. And I am so happy that I figured this out. And I hope that you guys can also get some use out of this. If you have a Commander Pro and an all-in-one that you need to plug in, and you're having the same issue that I am, then this is a lifesaver for you. And I hope that this is, this is going to be put to use by some people, because it is a super, super valuable trick. But other than that, I just want to keep this nice and short, and I'm glad that this works. So I will see you guys in the next one, and thank you.